Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Byron from the Byron So Cool Show. Thank you so much for just tuning in. Thank you so much for even wanting to hear what I have to say. But I ain't gonna sit up here and take up too much time. I'm gonna definitely just go ahead and dive in. I'm really wondering about this coronavirus. The more I sit back and I think about it, the more I'm simply wondering, is this something that the Chinese government made? If you think about it, this whole deadly disease came from a little small meat market in China called Wuhan. This little meat market is the same meat market that they were sitting up here eating bats, eating rats, eating dogs, eating cats, eating puppies. But now all of a sudden, this deadly virus just came from this meat market. All of a sudden, it's an airborne disease. Think about this. China is already known to be overpopulated. What is the best way to sit up here and control the population? Kill off the weak, kill off the sick. We don't need them no more. They can't provide for us no more. Kill them off. What is that disease doing? It's killing off the weak. It's killing off the elderly. It's killing off the sick. That's one theory. Number two, Hong Kong was protesting. And Hong Kong was protesting for months. The protest that once was peaceful turned violent. What is the best way to remove a problem, but to do it undetectedly? Create a disease. What has that disease done to Hong Kong and China? It put them in quarantine. It put those countries or that country in quarantine. Why is it the doctor who blew a whistle on this coronavirus, which he called the Mars outbreak or something like the Mars outbreak, why was he threatened with arrest? Why was he threatened with arrest? A man who could have prevented this deadly virus from spreading, they told him, if you don't shut up, you will be arrested. Why is it that the Chinese government set up here and told their own people to go about your day? This is not no airborne situation. You can't get affected. Go on to work. Go on and play. Take your children to school. Why would they tell them that? Tell their own people that? And all the while they knowing that this situation right here is an airborne disease situation. Why? Controlling the population. I'm going to show y'all this doctor who blew the whistle, who is now dead, RIP to him. But if they would have listened to him a lot sooner, this situation would not be a worldwide issue right now. Just in Italy, just today, over 120 people died from that deadly virus. Right now, as I'm speaking, people cannot leave the ship that they are on right now. They have to stay there. They had to remove the ones who are infected, and they had to move the ones who are not infected, and they had to spread them apart. That means, like, if my wife was affected and I wasn't, that means that I would have to sit up here and be apart from my wife on this cruise ship. This is what this government has done to us. My opinion. And we can't sit up here and say that what I'm saying is not making some valid points. All I'm saying is to think. Just think outside the box. We already know the government can be crooked. We already know that. We ain't gonna go there. But anyway, let me show you this video clip real quick. And notice this too. During this time, President Donald Trump told the Chinese government, do not harm your protesters. And also, we know during this time, China was upset with the USA government. What is the best way to sit up here and basically shut stuff down and go unprotected? a deadly airborne disease. But anyway, let me show you this video clip real quick.
In a matter of days, Dr. Li Wenliang went from treating patients to becoming one. The 34-year-old ophthalmologist diagnosed Saturday with the Wuhan coronavirus, dying less than a week later in the same hospital in which he worked. But if action had been taken when he and others started sounding alarms, the severity of the outbreak might have been understood sooner. Struggling to communicate, Li spoke with CNN briefly by phone on January 31st. You could hear the hospital machines pulsing in the background. Back in late December, when Li first warned friends on WeChat about a SARS-like disease going around, Li sent a group message saying that a test result from a patient quarantined at the hospital where he worked showed a patient had a coronavirus. But hours after hitting send, Wuhan city health officials tracked Li down, questioning where he got the information. Within days, they closed the suspected source of the virus, this seafood market, and they announced the outbreak. But instead of being praised, Li got a call from Wuhan City Police. With Li coughing too much and breathing too poorly to speak by phone, we asked Li by text, "How did you feel when this happened?" "I felt a little afraid I would be detained, afraid my family would worry," Li responded. He agreed to sign this document, admitting to spreading rumors online and severely disrupting social order. It reads, "We want you to cooperate with the police and listen to our reminder and stop the illegal act. Can you do that?" Li answered, "Yes, I can." In the weeks that followed, the Wuhan Municipal Health Commission maintained that there was no obvious evidence for human-to-human transmission, no infection of healthcare workers, and that the outbreak was, in their words, preventable and controllable. And with that, the people of Wuhan continued about their normal lives. Then came a sudden jump in infections. China's central government took over, scrambling to contain a spreading virus with a rising death toll. Chinese state media first reported that Li was one of several whistleblowers silenced by police. Calls for Li and the others to be vindicated grew online. China's Supreme Court even weighed in, adding, quote, "It might have been a fortunate thing if the public had listened to this rumor at the time." But for many, including Li and his parents, it was too late. They all contracted the coronavirus. Li's condition declined rapidly. But before his death Friday, he witnessed the support of thousands online who considered him a hero. Late Thursday night, Chinese state media first reported Li's death. The responses online reflected a profound grief and a deep anger. The two topics trending on Chinese social media were Wuhan government owes Dr. Li Wenliang an apology and we want freedom of speech. Both had tens of thousands of views before being censored. Soon after state media changed its reporting, citing Wuhan Central Hospital,
Look at this whole situation, you guys. You just seen it for your own self that the Chinese government threatened anybody who was going to speak out about this SARS-like disease. The Chinese government told their own people to go about your day as if they did not know what was going on. This is a situation that I personally believe the Chinese government created. And let's not act like the Chinese government is not smart. They set up here and landed a machine on the dark side of the moon, and they was the first country to do that. You guys, this is going to be a short video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will definitely be coming back with more content. If you haven't pushed the like button, push the like button. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. Thank you so much, you guys. God bless. Be safe out there. Peace.